Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a discussion about the Red Table Talk with Jordan and Jada, and I'm also going to be doing a psychic reading on Jada Pinkett-Smith. This has been requested highly by a lot of my viewers out there, so let's get started. Let's get your tea ready. There's a lot to discuss. So I'm going to start off the show by discussing exactly what I felt. For those of you that have not yet seen the Red Talk show with Jada featuring, Jordan. She was Jordan Woods. Those of you that don't know, I did a psychic reading on her about, a couple days ago, and she's been in the midst of the Kardashian scandal with Tristan Tristan Thompson. Apparently what she did was that, a lot of rumors are going is that she cheated on, she betrayed the Kardashians' trust, blah, blah, blah. So, for those of you that didn't get to see it, it was streaming live on YouTube, on Facebook, yesterday, and it was quite interesting. It was about 30 minutes long. This is the first time that I actually got to tune into one of Jada's actual, discussions on her show. Now, a lot of people would say, when you looked at the video, that Jordan wasn't telling the entire truth. Did anyone else out there get that same kind of vibe? Because that's the kind of vibe that I got, honestly, and I'm just keeping it real. I feel like, the show is kind of, going to be biased. A lot of people are going to say that, because Jada and Will are like Jordan's aunt and uncle, so that's how she refers to them. They've known her ever since she was a little girl, so it's not so easy for her to open up to anyone else, I feel. So that's the reason that she actually chose to go on to Jada's show and do this discussion about what really went on, according to her. But throughout the whole thing, Jordan said that she put her legs, she was sitting on the armrest, and she put her legs on Tristan's legs, and then she said she put him on the lower part of his legs. Then she said, that she stayed the night, and the next day in the morning she decided to leave, and Tristan kissed her. So I'm just pausing there. I mean, honestly, something, is not right. Something is not being said, and Chloe immediately went to social media on Twitter, and she, called out Jordan as being a liar. A woman's scorn, regardless, I'm not defending Chloe by any means for the Kardashian family, but someone that is so scorned like the way Chloe is, there has to have been something else beyond just an innocent peck on the lips, or a kiss. They had to have done something else. So I'm just going to keep it at that. That's what I get, and I intuitively feel in my heart, is that Jordan is not telling the entire truth. Throughout the whole interview, she kept deferring to, Jada, and I feel like Jada was trying to be like mama bear mode and protect her, which is good, but I don't think that a lot of people are going to hold that story as being credible, the one that Jordan allegedly, tells, because of the fact that she's family member, or not family member, but considered like family to Will and Jada. So it's like, it didn't come off to me as entirely being honest. There was a lot of things being omitted. But, the fact is, Jordan is a wonderful girl. Actually seeing her on cameras, other than that, I'd never seen her really on, I don't watch the Kardashians, I don't watch, their shows, so I never had seen her on camera. But actually seeing her on camera, she's a really sweet girl, and being that she's so young, what is she, like 21 years old? People that are young are going to make mistakes. It wouldn't be the first time. The Kardashians are no saints by any means, and they've done their dirt. So regardless of what, they're trying to bash, Chloe's a grown woman, and it's ridiculous for her to go to social media and bash another lady, regarding her family. She did the same thing. The sisters have done the same thing, so they're no saints to be pointing fingers at anyone. But I do feel like Jordan is going to get past that. But I did enjoy, seeing the whole explanation and things. but just things just didn't add up to me. Again, this is just my opinion, what I get from looking at the video, the show. It just, some things just didn't add up. And I feel like for a certain point, this is going to help Jordan, but at the same time, a lot of people want to know what really happened. I would be very interested in getting Chloe on the show and seeing what she has to say to Jada, or even Tristan to come on the show and do that. So I hope that Jada considers that and actually does that. It would be very helpful to kind of see. Now, tuning into Jada, I follow her on Instagram, but seeing her, and I've seen her in movies before, but actually seeing her on the show and how warm she is, and on Instagram also, a lot of her, she gives real life type of scenarios and talks about them. She's really a remarkable woman, very strong. I do feel like when I tune into her soul, she's come very far from when she first began. I feel like when she was young, she was, that girl that was very, abrasive, or kind of, maybe cussed a lot, or told people the way it was, without, very, maybe angry, kind of, very spunk, a lot of, pizzazz to her. And finally, as she's gotten older, she's come to a self-realization, now that she has kids, she's a mother, and she's realized, that motherhood has changed her, and just years of wisdom, being in the industry and being around people in Hollywood and entertainment, she gets it. She fully gets it. So, things are very different for her. But when I do tune into her, what I see for the remaining of 2019 going to 2020, she will have to be careful. I do feel like a lot of people are going to come for Jada, specifically jealous people that are in the industry that may not like the fact that she is holding the show, being that she is African American, she's black. And the reason I say that is because right now there's a lot of tension among the white and blacks in the USA. There is a division, regardless if we are blatant to it, or people are trying to say that I'm trying to turn this into a race thing. It's not. There is tension among us and white people. That's just the way it is right now, and I think it's been like that for a long time, regardless of who is president. It's always been there, but even now more so with who is in office. That has contributed to everything. So I do feel like there's going to be people that are coming to her, that are coming for her, that don't really like the fact that she's putting herself out there and kind of helping people and giving a new fresh perspective, because what she's doing, it feels very fresh compared to a lot of the talk shows out there that are out there right now, or even online shows that we see streaming. She is bringing something that reminds me like of kind of like Oprah, but a lot different than Oprah. She's just is like a therapist to these people, kind of like Inyala, when she helps people. It's like a soulful energy that Jada has, and she's very intuitive. I do feel like she has psychic abilities. She's has a gift of God, of discernment, and she's able to see through people's souls and kind of heal. She's a healer as well, regardless if she's been told this or not. So I feel like she's in a good spot in her life right now, where her career is concerned and where it's going. I feel like she's going to have a lot of success in this show, and other projects, creative projects that she is involved in. When it comes to her love life with Will, I think a lot of people are wondering, is it real? Is it something where she really is happy with Will? I feel like they are soulmates. I really feel like they are meant for each other, but I do get that there would be issues that they have had, in the relationship, because no relationship is going to be pitch perfect or going to be perfect at all, especially, the relationship that they've had for so many years. But I do feel like, they are going through a moment of celebrations, and I do feel like there is a lot to be happy and thankful for in their family. There's a lot of progression moving forward. I do feel like at times Jada does feel alone, even though she has a lot of people that get her or understand her. She has an amazing team, but there is a sense that she may, kind of feel alone at certain times. Maybe she doesn't feel like people get her all the entire way, or people are kind of, just kind of criticizing her family, her son, Jaden, and then, her daughter, Willow. They're in the public eye now, so it's a lot different for her. She can take anything that it's given about her or her, her husband, but when it comes to, the kids, it's a totally entirely different area. So, what I feel like and what I see is that with around Jaden and Willow, there's going to be some headlines. I feel like this is more about Jaden. There's going to be some headlines, some scandals that come out within the next year or two about the kids, and I feel like that's going to kind of, get her more in the mama bear mode and kind of do damage control. It could be that something, that Jaden just doesn't agree with, certain things that, the family wants them to kind of keep away from, being so social about their life or etc. But we will start seeing, I feel like Jaden is at that point where he is wanting to break out. He's wanting to come out more in front of the camera, be more, and he's already in front of the camera in many ways, and spotlight, he is out there, and he's a friend of Kylie Jenner's as well, obviously. But I feel like he's going to be more out there, more in the public eye, and there's going to be more scrutiny. So it's like this battle that, she is going to win. The family's going to come out of it fine. But at the same time, there's a lot of peace that is being lost, and for her, that is not something that she really would like to give into the negativity, but it's just something that I see going forward. I feel like her relationship is at a point where they're trying to find new ways as well to bring, romance back into it, and kind of, get to that point where they were once. Like I said, relationships can evolve and they change. People go through, situations. It's just the way it is. But I do feel like there's healing there for her. There's also a sense of loss. So this could be like her kids maybe are not as coming to her as much as, or no, someone that she cares about is not really coming to her, or they kind of distance themselves from her. This could be a relative or, a friend, a close friend, and she may feel, a little emotional, a little betrayed by this person, and almost to the point where she's kind of walking away from it. I feel like she has everything working out for her. When it comes to her health, though, there's a couple of things that she should watch for. I feel like she would be someone that would suffer from arthritis at an early age if she's not careful. Her bone density, so that's something to really watch for, like calcium intake for her. Also anemia. I feel like she could suffer from anemia if it's something that she hasn't, like low, deficient in iron. And again, I can't diagnose people, so I'm not a doctor, but I do have some medical intuitive abilities. So this is what I see for her, and something to just watch completely. But I do feel like, she is keeps herself mentally and spiritually and physically healthy and active. So this is good for her. I really don't see any other problems with her, other than some migraines and maybe some eye issues with her eyesight and vision changing. But that's typical of, someone her age. We start going through changes in our 40s and 50s. We go through changes physically, where the eyesight changes and things like that. So just something for her to watch. But money, financially, I feel like she's in a good spot. She has a lot of potential, and a lot with this Red Talk show, the Red Talk table, or the Red Table, there's a lot of potential for new opportunities to land in her lap. So she's far from being done from being on TV and movies, TV shows. I get, the possibilities are endless for her. So she's really, doing her own thing, and she's really getting to the point where, a lot of people, because before this show, a lot of people knew her as just Will Smith's wife, and the actress, some people knew her for that. And I feel like now she's creating more of herself and putting herself more in front of the camera than Will in some ways, and becoming very much vocal about it. And I think a lot of people look up to her as a role model for what she's doing, and she's very respected for what she's doing. And it's not easy to stand, against everyone and do a show, whether you're a YouTuber or you're a person that does it on Facebook, or you're just a celebrity doing your own thing, like she is. It's not easy to be in front of the camera and to, show emotion and vulnerability. But I feel like this is why people can connect to her soul so much. It's because she keeps it real, and she's just very sweet and very genuine when she's on there. It doesn't come across as fake. It doesn't come across as being, someone that is just trying to gossip. She doesn't judge the people that come on her show. She comes from a place of love, tries to understand where they're coming from, but also it's everyday topics, that people can relate to. And I feel like, she's attracting a whole new core base of fans, a fan base. And that's good for her. But like I said, the more that she puts herself out there, the more attention that's going to go on to the children and to the family, which is something that's inevitable for any celebrity. When they have children that are growing up, the media, immediately shifts their attention to them, tries to compare them in their, versus their parents, and see, if they're going to follow in their parents' footsteps, like being in the entertainment industry, etc. So there's a lot of pressure, that they have to face. But ultimately, I really, really like her energy and her spirit, and I would love to meet her someday in person, because I feel like she is just someone that, being around her in her presence, you feel transformation, you feel comfort, you don't feel like you're being judged. But, that's what I get from her soul. Ultimately, she's here for a purpose, and that purpose is to really help people connect and heal. At this point in her life, I think the first portion of her, in her 20s and early 30s, it was all about, the entertainment and keeping people entertained and doing movies and, appearances and music, being around all of the musicians and that kind of environment. It was more of a different purpose that she served in that time. Now that she's older, and she's still young, but I'm saying older, more mature, she is now in a place where this is her calling. I feel like this is her true destiny and calling, is to help people. And like I said, we're going to be very surprised by the guests that she has on the show coming up. I feel like this year and next year she may be doing something a little bit different and evolving, like having a co-host or etc. But yeah, the energy that I get from her overall, and the vibes, is that she's a very good person. I feel like she's very honest, but again, with the Jordan thing, I feel like there were some things, and wasn't trying to bash Jordan in the beginning of the video at all. Like I said, I feel like she's a very beautiful girl, and she's gonna do fine. And I don't blame, I don't accuse her of what she did. I don't think it's right, everything that she did. But to have, to come on camera and really talk about it, after signing an NDA or whatever you call it, non-disclosure agreement with the Kardashians, I commend her. It takes guts. It takes guts to come out and really give, your version of the story, because again, it's not right that, the Kardashians are like egging all of the media on making her look like a criminal, making her look like she's the most evil person when they've done 10 times worse than anyone, and they're not the most loved family on TV. I'm just saying. So anyways, I never watch the Kardashians. I don't really like the way that their platform is. And I know that a lot of people would say, well, you're being judgmental of them, but it's boring to me. Nobody wants to know about your life 24/7. No one wants to really know about, your problems. People can relate to them. Maybe, some of the younger generations can relate to them. But to me, it's just nonsensical, and it's superficial, and it's, I'll never be a fan of them, because the energy is very low vibration. That family has a lot of issues, which again, no family is perfect, and I'm not trying to judge them, but that's just not my cup of tea, and it'll never be. And so I stand with Jordan. and I give her 100% support. Yes, I stand with Jordan. And like I said, she made a mistake. She is young. She will move on from it. Whether or not she told the truth, the entire truth, you know, that's her thing. You know, if she didn't, oh well. Let the girl be in peace. Let her move on and do your own thing. You know, the Kardashians are filthy rich. They have nothing to really worry about. You know, future-wise, you know, they're always going to have that money. You know, leave Jordan alone. Quit being a bully. Grow up. That's my message to Khloe and to, you know, the Kardashians. Grow up. You can't, you know, sit here and bash people and judge them when you are far from perfection, you know, and scrutinizing someone just because you have money. Well, you know, Jordan has money too, and she has people that support her in, you know, every kind of way. So, you know, back off. That's the message that I have to say and what I have to say. And I'm not trying to be, you know, get into this emotional at all, like I did with, you know, another video that I had done a few weeks ago. But, you know, I just feel like it's wrong. It's wrong to kind of, you know, judge someone so young. I know I did my video on Jordan, but after seeing her, you know, I do feel like this was not a publicity stunt, and that's even said there. I do feel like it's very real what happened, but it was good to see her on camera and see her energy and what she's about. So, you know, they need to back off and really leave her alone and quit being a bully. You know, it's just not right. Because, you know, your children out there, those of you that are attacking Jordan and that have children that are in their teens or growing up, at some point they're going to make a mistake. We all make mistakes. Are you going to treat them the same way that you would be treating someone, you know, like Jordan, just because she's a celebrity? Would you treat your kids the same way? That's the question to really ask yourself. So, on that message, this was my Jordan Woods, Jada Pinkett-Smith Red Table Talk / Jada Pinkett Psychic reading. And I really hope that you enjoyed it. I really enjoy and love you all, my supporters, my soul family out there. I am at 20,000 subscribers, so I'm going to be announcing a giveaway today. Go to the community tab on my YouTube page to enter and to see the details. And I will be giving away 2 free psychic readings to 2 of my soul families that are on my channel. You must be subscribed to this channel in order to participate. So you must be subscribed, and then you must comment in the comment section below. And also you must follow me on Instagram. So those are going to be the 3 different criteria in order to enter. If you already, you know, are subscribed to my channel and you are, you know, you follow me on Instagram, all you have to do is just comment in the comment section below. So I want to thank you once again. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day or evening wherever you are in the world.